Hello, today I want to do a watercolour painting in the style of these other paintings which I've done. These are all scenes from around my village and I've painted them mainly in granulating watercolours. They all measure approximately 8.5 centimetres and I've painted them all on Canson XL watercolour paper. You might have seen these paintings before in previous videos. But in case you've not, what I do is block out the different areas using a photo that I've taken for reference, and then I fill each area with a different paint. So I don't do any layering or blending. This is all wet on dry. And I first started doing this style just because I wanted to be able to enjoy seeing the different granulating paints, each doing their own kind of thing. And today I want to do a painting of St. Michael's Mount. And just to show you, I have the paintings printed out into cards. This is one of my photos which I'm using for a reference. It's one of the few photos I've got where St. Michael's Mount is central, so it's easy to adapt for a square picture. I'm using a Pentel mechanical pencil with a regular HB lead in 0.5 width, and I use a Tombow mono eraser when needed. So I've just sketched out the photo and I've put in a reasonable amount of detail. I'm quite happy with that composition, so I'm going to go ahead and paint it now. I'll lighten up the pencil areas a little bit, but I'm not too worried about some of the pencil showing in the painting. For example, in this original one here, you can still see some of the pencil lines. I'm going to put washi tape around the edges now, and I'm going to cover over the outer pencil line, so that once the painting's dried, I can rub away this outer line. And I'm left with a nice crisp outline from the paint. I'm just going to use a putty rubber to remove some of the excess pencil. That's fine. I want to use a really similar colour palette as the other paintings, so I'll stick to the colours that I used in these as much as possible. I've just grabbed a selection of my finer paintbrushes and I'll just show you them. I probably won't use all these, but I'll have them on hand. So I've got a number 2, a number 4 and a number 2 silver black velvet. I've got this little Escoda Prado, which has got a little square tip in case I want flat lines. I've got a Rosemary & Co series 230, Princeton Aqua Elite number 2, and then 2 Prolene ProArte brushes. There's a 3/0 and a number 1. And I'm just going to start off doing the sky first with Holbein Watercolour. I'll watercolour in real time for a little bit and then speed it up. This is the number 4 silver black velvet. Do the sea next, and for all the seas in my little paintings I've used Sennelier's Phthalo turquoise. I don't want to paint any bits which are touching the areas I've already painted, so I'll go for this causeway next. So in the photo that I'm going from, the causeway is quite an orangey brown and it's got a lot of texture in it. So I think I'm going to go for this Roman Szmal goethite. It's got the warmth that I'm after and it granulates to a good brown, and then I might drop in some other browns just to give it a bit more variety. I haven't done any painting on this scale for quite a while, and I'd forgotten just how nice the tip is on this silver black velvet number 4. It really does come to a good point, and yet the brush still holds a lot of water. I'm going to dot in a little bit of Schmincke's mahogany brown as well. That's a little bit redder, and it also granulates nicely. I said I didn't really do blending on these, but I am a bit for this. I've got my little mini granulating watercolour palette. I've got a couple of rocks in the sea I'm going to do with Daniel Smith's hematite. I think I'll do the buildings with that as well. This building on the end is the cafe, or it was last time I went onto the island. And we once had friends who lived on the island, and they arranged for us to stay in the flat, which was on the top floor above the cafe. It was brilliant. So we lived up here for a week. So I've got mixed feelings about the finished picture. I was aiming for something quite stylised, but I think I might have preferred it a little more at an earlier stage. I probably will get some cards made of it though. I hope you enjoyed seeing the process anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!